Welcome to Apartment Syndication Made Easy podcast, where we simplify the world of syndication. Join us as we unravel the complexities and provide you with valuable insights to help you invest smartly. Get ready to take your investments to the next level, one episode at a time. Here's your host, Mr. Vinney Chopra.
Hey guys, Vinney Chopra again. Hey, I hope you don't get tired from all this free education I'm giving you in my YouTube channel, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, even Pinterest. Hold on. We are putting so much stuff on Pinterest. My 2 books, my 3rd book is coming, and then my 506C, $200 million funds. I've raised $50 million with my brother Craig in just 1 month. $50 million we have raised already. What? And we are only going to raise 200 million. So the spots are filling up. It's a 506C for accredited investors only. Just reach out to me. We got great friend right here in my podcast today, Brenden Kumarasamy, right? Kumarasamy, right there from Montreal. I'm here in San Francisco in my backyard. So welcome, brother. How are you, Brenden?
Life is great, Vinney. How are you?
I love you, brother. That's good. Why is your life great? Tell me about that.
Life is a gift, I think you're a reminder for all of us, as I am, that there's not much to complain about. My parents immigrated from a third world country, and I get the opportunity to just live the life of my dreams and be fully free to do what I love. So life is a gift.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We're going to dig into that more and more, guys. But guess what? My host, my guest over here, Brenden has been a top guest appearances to date, guests over 300 podcasts just in 2022, brother. Congratulations. And I'm currently the number 1 ranked guest out of 1,000 on Podmatch. Congratulations. Podcast booking service similar to Gustio. Some of you might not know. Go ahead and get yourself on Podmatch. That's where I am getting bigger and bigger with 188 plus 5-star reviews for you, brother. I'm so excited. And some notable appearances, including lifetime cash flow with brother Radcliffe, great friend from Sarasota, entrepreneurs on fire, John Lee Dumas. You were talking about that. Yeah, John Lee Dumas. Man, if you can get me on his show, brother, I would love it. If you know him a little bit personally, love to be on this. Mindfulness Mode by Bruce Langford, love to be on his show. If you could help me. And Let's Talk Business by Manny Hoffman and Insight Out by Bill Simoza. I mean, there's just so many. I'm so impressed who you are, brother. And then how to become a top communicator. We're going to talk about, guys, if you're in the car, go ahead and, favorite this episode, and you should listen to it. I'm telling you, all my followers, you want to be better communicators. I'm making millions of dollars because I started speaking at a young age. I mean, literally, when I came from India with $7, I sold books door to door, 13 hours a day, knocking on doors, became a salesperson, from an engineer to a salesperson, and then started making all this money to raise money, public speaking and all. That's what our guest is going to talk about, how to become a top communicator in your industry, daily public speaking exercises he's going to share with you. Hold on, and how to speak impactfully as a leader and how to present ideas to get by. All right, brother, I let you take away. So tell me more about you, Brenden, and how you got started and how you got into such a big influential, personality so quickly.
For sure, Vinney. Thanks so much for having me on the show. It's such a gift. So yeah, for me, the story started when I was in college. I went to business school and I studied in accounting, funny enough, which is literally the opposite of what I do today. And then when I started doing accounting, I started competing in case competitions. Think of it like professional sports, Vinney, but for nerds. While other guys might be playing cricket or basketball or football, I wasn't one of those guys. I did presentations competitively. And that's how I learned how to speak. But then as I got older, I started coaching all the other students on how to communicate. And I accidentally developed a gift on how to teach other people communication. And that's what led to the YouTube channel Master Talk, because I felt no one was really sharing this information for free. And here we are a few years later.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, if you could give your superpower, what do you really teach somebody who's so afraid? I mean, fear of heights is one that people just dread upon. The second thing people dread about is to get on the stage and they say, oh my gosh, I'm going to shiver and tremble and fall down on the steps. What do you tell those people?
Yeah, absolutely, Vinny. You know, what I always start with is there's so many things in our life that we've accomplished, right? I mean, think about all the incredible things you've accomplished, you know, knocking on doors, 13 hours a day with the books, going out there, raising capital, investing in companies, getting married potentially, having children, applying for jobs, doing interviews. There's so many things that we struggle with in our life that are challenging, but that we're proud of.
Yeah.
Did we do any of those things with zero fear? And the answer is absolutely not. There's always something that we're proud of that, like, for example, when you immigrated from India to the US, very scary. But we do it because our motivation to have a better future for our families is much greater. But we don't bring that mentality, Vinny, in communication. We just go, I'm scared, so I'm just going to do nothing. That's not the right approach. Instead, what you want to do is say, wait a second, how would your life change if you were an exceptional communicator? Start to reflect on that question. And when you find that deeper reason, it'll help you get better at speaking and practice a lot of the exercises we'll talk about today.
I love it. I love it. What you're saying is you got to be in the set mind. Don't be afraid. Take that step and ask yourself what the benefit, like Tony Robbins talks about, right? Pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure with a leverage gets you to change instantaneously. I really believe in that. Where you are today, you can be a better communicator with Brother Brenden right now in the next 30 minutes. So hold on to your horses. Again, go back. And if you're listening to it in your gym or listening to you in the car, to us, or you're watching YouTube channel, tell other people about it. Go ahead, brother. Take us away. Yeah.
Absolutely, Vinny. So for me, communication is like juggling 18 balls at the same time. So one of those balls is body language. One of them is facial expressions. One of them is storytelling. And it can get really confusing really quickly. So for me, the question has always been, what are the 3 easiest balls to juggle? Because if we could juggle those, then we could really master our communication. So what are those 3 balls? Let's start with number 1. The random word exercise. Pick a word like trophy, like home, like table, like lights, and create random presentations out of thin air. This serves 2 main purposes, Vinny. Number 1 is it helps us deal with uncertainty. Life is filled with it. Sales calls, networking cocktails, meeting people for the first time. Life is filled with uncertainty. So we can talk about random words and make presentations out of it. Becomes a lot easier. And then the second reason, and people can write this down if they want, if you can make sense out of nonsense, you could make sense out of anything. So if you can talk about avocado toast for 20 seconds, it's really easy for you to go back to your subject matter expertise and really do a great job with that.
I love it. I love the way you really put it in storytelling and visualize. Things, that's amazing. That was second, brother. What's the third one?
Absolutely. So that was ball number 1, the random word exercise. So now let's go to ball number 2, which is the question drill. We get asked questions all the time in our life, Vinny. At school, at work, when we're raising capital, in your case, from different LPs or GPs of funds, or in the context of sales calls. When our customer is asking us, or prospect, what is this product? How is it going to make us different? But most of us, Vinny, are not prepared for the questions that life gives us. I'll give you an example with me, because you mentioned that I've been on a lot of shows, but when I started, I was really bad, right? 300, 400 podcasts ago. And I was really young too. I remember some guy asked me, Brenden, where does the fear of communication come from? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know, man. Los Angeles, New York, you tell me. Like, I didn't know how to answer. So how did I fix it? Every single day, Vinny, for 5 minutes, I answered one question that I thought the world would ask me about my expertise. So day 1 was, how do you overcome your fear of communication? Day 2 was, what tips do you have for introverts? Day 3 was, what's your vision for Master Talk? Every single day. But if you do that for a year, Vinny, you'll have answered 365 questions about your business and you'll be bulletproof.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Powerful, brother. I mean, my brother
I was
Louis
like,
is here.
hey,
Look
that was
at
great.
that. I mean, everybody, please meet brother Louis Alvarado, my great friend, just a expert in crypto and everything and click funnels and everything. I mean, I'm so proud to have Louis here. We're going to go places. As I'm interviewing, I'm a very off the cuff guy myself. I just love every day and every moment. So let me ask you the third one, brother. Now,
For sure, Vinny. The third one is so simple, nobody does it. Make a list of 3 people you really love in your life and send them a 20-second video message, just saying how much you appreciate having them in your life, how much you care about them, how grateful you are for them. And the only rule, Vinny, is you're not allowed to retake the video. And if you do that every single day, 3 video messages, 1 question from the question drill, and 5 random word exercises, you'll be a master communicator in 30 days.
holy shit. It wasn't that easy when he's saying these words. I never used to say shit or fuck. But a lot of these podcast people who are really doing well, they use that word. So Vinny is also getting into that. But anyway, so tell me more. Tell me more. What's the superpower? I mean, you're changing people's life. I really see that. Everybody needs to be best communicator, motivator, talking in an inflection of voice, body language. I mean, I went to Toastmasters and Dale Carnegie many, many years back. I mean, nobody could understand me when I came from India, brother. Nobody could. Some people can't understand me now. That's okay. It's their fault, not mine. No, I'm just kidding. But the thing is, you got to take it easy. I mean, nothing is that dreadful in life. That's what I say to everybody. Take that step. If you think you're bad at it, go and go deeper and see the pain and pleasure and implement Brother Brendan's 3 rules right now. He just shared with you, And what other powers can you share with my audience, bro?
Absolutely, Vinny. Let me give you the most important one, which is ball number 4. The best way to speak, Vinny, is to speak. Let me tell you the biggest mistake your audience is making right now is they're taking a lot of notes and they're thinking, wow, Vinny really brought on a great guest. He's showing the random word exercise, the question drill, the video message. But the problem is they don't practice them when the call is over. They go, well, this is all great. And then the next day, they don't do anything.
Back to old self.
Right.
Back to old self. Totally. So geared. Our body, mind, everything is to sit in the same chair, same pose, think the same damn bad things, and eat the same food with the same spoon. But the thing is, we keep on repeating everything and then we expect different results. That's the definition of insanity.
Right, exactly. By Albert Einstein, you're totally right. And that's really the key is, what's the advice? The advice is really simple, Vinny. Book 15 minutes in your calendar right now, every single day, to do those 3 exercises. Do the random word exercise. It takes a minute. Do it 5 times. It'll take you 5 minutes. Question drill. Have a list. Let's say you're raising capital for a tech startup or a commercial real estate building. You know the 200 questions they're going to ask you. How many doors? What's the acre? What's the property value? Why is this different from any other profit I can put money into? What's the location? Why is that location relevant? Every single day, just answer a question until you're bulletproof. And then the third one, just send video messages to people that you love. That's the best way to practice on camera without ever having to post on social media. You're just sending videos to people that you love and you're making their day too. And one thing I do that's crazy, Vinny, that people will think is crazy, is I have a Google calendar that tells me when it's my buddy's birthdays or one of my clients' birthday. And on their birthday, I put my hat on, a birthday hat on, and I send them a video message and I go, guess whose birthday it is, right? It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't need to be perfect.
I'm going to order that hat, a beautiful one with a birthday, happy birthday from Mr. Smiles or something. And I'm going to do it, brother, because in my calendar too, I get every morning how many of my good friends have birthdays that day. Oh my God. You just made my day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to Amazon right after this meeting and then order me that beautiful hat, which is going to be spectacular. Maybe even design one Let my team design it.
That's next level. I love that.
Yeah, I'll go to the next level, brother. That's what I like to do. Go with that beautiful thing. And I'm going to have that hat, like a, rocking hat. Oh, yeah, I know exactly. And let my team design it. And it's going to be fun. And I'll do that.
Very good. I love that.
So tell me more. Tell me more. I mean, I'm just so eager. How can people make their life easy by going social? And what channels you think they should go after to build their brand? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's a great question, Vinney. I would say it starts with what's the objective. So I would say for most people who might not want to be like a social media guru, right? Who might not want to be a thought leader, except us. Like, we want to do that for ourselves. That's what our career is. But I'd say for most people listening to this podcast, their 80-20 is going to really be on LinkedIn. That's where I see most of the value right now. So let's say you're somebody who's an employee.
Yes.
Nobody who's an employee is posting on LinkedIn right now. So just the fact that you're doing that really helps you set yourself apart from everyone else in the industry. That's one part that I see. Another great example of social media is going to be if you're an entrepreneur. If you're posting on LinkedIn, what's nice is you're already getting organic traffic because you're already connected to a lot of your friends on that platform already. So there's a lot of organic reach. And then the third piece is if you're a business owner, you're somebody who is a service provider, it's a lot easier for you to get customers from your existing network than outside. So you definitely want to start posting there instead of starting fresh like I did with the other platforms. So I would start with LinkedIn.
Beautiful, beautiful. LinkedIn is becoming a lot more than it used to be. It was a recruitment tool, but now it's a good networking tool. And you can reach, and also I know there is Sales Navigator, I think, some of that programs and all that. And even going premium, you can email and text and all those things. So no, thank you. How about YouTube? What are your feelings about YouTube?
Here's my opinion on YouTube, Vinney, and it's different because coming from someone who's had success on it. And what I would say is, if you don't have a 10-year vision, and I'll repeat that again, a 10-year vision for YouTube, you probably shouldn't be posting on YouTube because it takes a long time to be successful. Like, sure, it's easy for people to look at how many subscribers I have now, but it took me 2.5 years, Vinney, to get to 10,000. That's how difficult it was, right? And I spend like upwards of 5 figures on my production team to make those videos. So it's a lot of work. You have to really put in the time, and our videos are really professionally edited. So for me, the advice for anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel is make a few videos for fun. Don't worry about hiring a team. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just take out your camera. I mean, you're doing this so well, right? You just take out your phone, you create content. That's it.
Yeah.
And then see if you really like it. And then after a few months, if you feel this is like, wow, like I love this, I can do this for 10 years, then do YouTube. But if you feel like, this is really exhausting, I don't know if I could do this sustainably, then I would encourage you not to do YouTube. Maybe do LinkedIn or Instagram. It's a lot easier to create content on.
It is wonderful, wonderful. No, it's been such a pleasure to have you. Any other nuggets you want to share before we say goodbye?
Yeah, for sure, Vinney. Thanks for having me on. I would say the most important nugget that I have for people really goes back to the question, how would your life change if you were an exceptional communicator? Really take the time to reflect on this. Because if we have a strong motivation for something, that's what's going to push us to do the easy threes, the random word exercise, the video messages, the question drills. So I encourage your audience to go deep on that question. Because for all of us, the answer is different. For somebody like yourself, it's, I want to be a big professional. I mean, you're already really successful in your field, right? I want to keep pushing the boundaries, impact more lives. Other people, it's, hey, I want to be a better parent for my children. If I became a great communicator, I could set a better example, be a better role model for my kids. And somebody else wants to be a great speaker because they want to make new friends. So find that deeper why for you that motivates you and sets your soul on fire, and pursue that all the way.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, again, if you want to just give towards the end of the whole interview, I'm just trying to see the fear. The fear is so huge. So how can investor, my followers, somebody who's just so afraid can be less fearful, and what they can do, like in next 21 days to change that fear to power?
Absolutely, Vinney. I love that question. And, there's two parts to that. So one, which is the tactical one, and then I'll give you the story piece. So the tactical one is realizing that the random word exercise, the question drills, especially the first two, you don't have to do it in front of an audience.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking anyone today, go on a stage and start speaking. No. The random word exercise, you can do alone in the shower. You could do alone when nobody's watching. The question drill, you could write out the answers to your questions. You could take out your phone and do a voice recorder with yourself. So that's the easy stuff. So that's what builds momentum. The other piece is telling you my personal story, right?
Yes.
I had every excuse in the book not to be a great speaker. I have a crooked left arm. I have a left hand disability. That's one. Second piece is I presented in a language I didn't even know. You know this because you came to Montreal. But for those who don't know, Montreal is a city where you need to know to speak French. And it's a language I didn't know. But my parents sent me to French school so that I'd learned the language. So my whole life, Vinney, when I was in first and second grade, I'd look at the crowd and go, bonjour. And that was my life. And then you would think, communication expert. This guy has a communications degree. I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, of all things. And I started coaching C-suite executives when I was 21 years old. And I started Masterclass when I was 22. Did I do everything with zero fear? Absolutely not. So why did I do it anyways? I did it because of the 7-year-old girl who can't afford a communication coach. What is she going to do? If I don't post videos, the only person she has is the 67-year-old PhD on YouTube who's white that she can't relate to. So it's either I make the videos or nobody else does. So I did it scared. That's really the key. And there's a quote here that we can end on, Vinney, which is from Ali Gadet. If you help one person, the world will give you permission to help everyone else. So for me, I started with people who are younger than me. Then it was people my own age. Then it became CEOs, managers, and now it's what it is today. But you got to start at the beginning.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Brenden, I would love to wrap up this, our interview with my actually communication skills, which I have very little, but this is what I wanted to. A lot of people have been asking me, Vinney, you did a big presentation in Orlando, and this is the one I just want to share.
For Vinney, smile, Chopra, hit those feet. Forward! Come on, Vinney. Give it up! Come on, Vinney, get over there.
This was last October I gave, and this October again I'm going back. We are breaking 100 million years. My goal is 1,000 million years.
All right. Please have a seat. Have a seat. I'm so excited to be here with you all. I'm humbled. Brother Walter has invited me. Some of you have probably heard me on the Mindset show that we do together every Thursday morning, 8 o'clock when I'm walking. I like to walk 3.5 miles every day, because you got to keep your mind right. You got to really align yourself in the morning. You got to do the miracle morning. I call it miracle morning. Brother Hal Alrod, he wrote the book, Miracle Morning. Write down that name. If you don't know about it, go ahead and get that. Or just go onto YouTube. You don't need a book. You just say Miracle Morning. And you will find out what successful people do in the morning to align themselves, to get ready for that day. Because each day is so important. It's so very important. You cannot let the time go by. And that's what I did at about young age. I always say that. I tell my kids, Neil and Monica, Daddy's not getting older. Daddy's getting younger every birthday. You get 1 year younger. And I've been saying that for the last 40 years. I've been married 42 years. 42.
He's 43 this year.
42 years, wonderful years. Just completed my 70th birthday,
Wow.
August 27. I'm 52 born. It's so exciting to have the energy because it's all in the mindset. It really is. Like Brother Tony Robbins talks about, and all the great people, Jim Rohn, and all of the, Zig Ziglar, great friend, all these people, because you can change the state of what you're thinking, how you're feeling. Each moment, it's up to you. It's really up to you. You could be totally down deep in the worst of the situations, which you will see me right now. I'll take you through my life. I mean, I came here with nothing, literally nothing. And with the grace of God, we are closing to $1 billion. Actually, it's going to be soon in 2023 that we're going to hit that portfolio of $1 billion. And I'm very excited. At the same token, I've got goal to build assisted living for $2 billion more on top of it. But there is no limit. There is no limit what you can do. But it's up to us. Everybody here, it's up to us. Let's talk about, let me go over here. Again, who is Vinney Chopra? Just a humble guy. He came from India with $7 and big dreams. Hopefully, I didn't know where I will be in 20, 30, 40 years. But when you have
We'll wrap it up.
mindset,
I know some people
that you
wanted
want
to see this.
I love this. This is actually really inspiring.
Communication,
And I
you're
believe in
teaching
that.
so
I
good
believe
stuff.
with the
I
whole
thought this
heart.
might fall in place,
not what you get from here, some
Absolutely.
ideas that you'll write down in the books. No way. What you're going to take back and change your life, that's going to be important. That's going to be the only things. What 3 things you're going to take from this seminar that's going to grow your business? How are you going to help more people? How are you going to solve more problems? Because if you solve small problems, you get small money. When you solve big problem, you get big money in millions. And you will find that out. Many of you have already probably found out. But let's go ahead and kind of talk about it. I came, many, many years back from India. I'm a mechanical engineer, some of you know. And I came to do my MBA, Master's Business Administration, at George Washington University. I thought engineering and marketing will be good. I'll make some money. And little did I know that by selling Bibles door to door, working 13 hours a day. Back then, I worked 80 hours a week. I still have certificates in my office, and I cherish them because they were the ones that taught me who I am today. Perseverance, rejection, walking, all day long. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a bicycle, nothing. People will drop me in the neighborhood outside Atlanta, Georgia, and I'll walk all day long and sell Bibles and encyclopedias and children books and cookbooks. I loved it so much because it was teaching me lessons. I came back next summer. I bought my first car for $700, a Blue Maverick, 2-door. That was my big accomplishment. But that's how you start. In life, you start with small, little by little, little by little. Rome was not built in a day. I say that. So you got to have the faith. You got to have the gumption. You got to work hard, smart, everything we talk about. But let's go over here. Kentucky Fried Chicken Chief, Colonel Sanders really is an inspiration to me because my wife she says, you are ready to retire. What are you doing? You're going into this other field. We own single family homes, but you can't make much money in single family homes at all. And she said, now you're going into a new chartered ground. Let me say something also. I spent, I think, $20,000 15 years back. I was like luxury something auctions. I went to Vancouver. I came back over the weekend. I said, honey, my wife, I said, we spoiled 20,000. It's okay. But I'm not going to do what this guy is telling me to do. The coach. I said, it's not good. I don't believe in it. But I do believe in multifamily. Because as an engineer, I thought if I have 20 homes, we did have about that many all over scattered, take care of them is so hard. You give money, this, boiler vents goes out or a garage door opener, there goes your cash flow. So the only thing made sense to me back then was to be in multifamily. What's multifamily? Duplex. How many of you own a duplex or more than a duplex? Raise your hand. Okay, see, look at that. Few people. Oh, wow. Hold on. You got to get duplex, fourplex, sixplex, eightplex, 10plex, 22plex, whatever it is. And that's the key to my success. And I'm going to talk about not only just the passion, the perseverance, and being positive, which is, people call me Mr. Positive or Mr. Enthusiasm and things like that. But the key thing is, it's the power of OPM, which we're going to talk about. So in about next 30 minutes or so, we're going to talk about positivity and syndication. Positivity and syndication. OPM is other people's money. I'm standing here today in the front because I mastered the art of raising money. That's all it is to it. And each one of you is totally capable of doing what I did or what you can do. Because if you are starting to buy things small, you can buy big also. It's just extra zeros on the right side. Literally, I'm telling you, it's the same transaction. It takes the similar kind of paperwork. It takes the same kind of loan. Everything. It's just few extra zeros in the purchase and few extra zeros when the returns come back to you. And you walk you enjoy, and you go to the bank and you see this money coming in. Passive cash flows we talk about, right? So we're going to talk about all that. Again, Colonel Sanders, thank you. I know he's dead now, but look what a great franchise he made. And that's how you can do it. Nobody is young or old or, you have money or no money. I started this $1 billion business with $1,000. Literally, this is really true. I don't talk about it. We had money
$1,000
at 54, but my wife didn't believe in me. Nobody believed in me. They said, you know what? Don't do it. You're going to lose. How many, we had few millions at that time. But she said, no. We're not going to put that money into the business. I said, honey, I'll do it with $1,000. And that's what I did. How many of you have $1,000? You have right now. And you can be bigger and better because the techniques we're going to talk about just a little bit. So everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. But do you believe it or you don't? See, that's where it all boils down to.
Anyway, we should
Do you believe in yourself
keep
or
on
not?
going, brother.
Do you really think about it every day or not? All these things.
All right. Here, Vinny's just so fired up with brother Brenden. You were talking about communication skills. I just thought maybe I could give a little glimpse of it. But, let me go ahead. How can people reach you? And then I want to get your cell number after that. Huh?
For sure, Vinney. First of all, let me say I was super inspired by that keynote. I think there's always a lesson I learned from every host. And the lesson I learned from you is like, wow, I could not believe you were 71. It made absolutely no sense. Like if I had to guess, I would probably say you were 51, maybe 52.
I love you.
and then in the keynote, you said you were 70. I was like, is this converted to Indian rupees or something? So, wow. I mean, you're showing up with even more energy than me, and I'm 27. So I need to really get my act together. That was really powerful.
There we go. We need
So
to do some things together, brother.
absolutely.
There is a connection. So we should do it. We'll exchange the phone numbers and all. But how can people reach you? Yeah.
For sure, Vinney. So two ways to keep in touch. The first one is definitely Master Talk. Just go to YouTube and type Master Talk. You'll have access to hundreds of free videos on how to speak. And the second way to keep in touch is I do a free communication workshop over Zoom. That's live, that's free, that you can see me give a workshop and see me facilitate. So if you want to come to that, everyone's welcome. Go to rockstarcommunicator.com and just register for the next free training.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, this episode will change your life. I'm telling you, I'm in the nuggets that brother, Brenden has shared at the young age of 27, given over 300 episodes in 2022. What? That's more than one a day, almost, because weekends, a lot of people don't do this. So what a great, applaud you, brother. I applaud you. And, I want to be in your success and bring you even far along. And you will bring, we'll talk about it again. Everybody who liked this episode, share, give 5-star reviews, and let's make it happen for you to take your business to the next level. 10x, 20x, 100x. It's possible in this life. If you made 100,000, you can make it 1 million. Let's show you how. Be the best communicator. Be the best person who can really take your vision to the next level and to be able to get focused, just like I am and Brother Brenden is, because you got to have that purpose. This morning, I talked about how to have high ticket item and low ticket item. That's what it is. 100,000 people pay me now for one-on-one coaching. What? 100,000. I just got 20,000 paid this morning. And 20,000 comes next week, and then 20,000. Amazing. And then I have my course at $997, which I used to sell for 5,000. I dropped it down to $997 so that 1 million people can get that course in 186 countries. Because what I teach in raising money, people are people. Properties are everywhere, similar properties. And my tools will help you to analyze, to talk to your friends, to ask them to invest with you and make money big time. And you will be the one star raising money and giving them returns and so on. So my goal is 1 million people out of 8 billion people. That's very less, but I'm thinking small, but at $1,000 at 1 million people getting my course, it'll be $1 billion sales. I mean, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. So let's do it. And you should also do your incomes grow by 10, 20, 30, 100%, 1,000%. It's in this lifetime. Today's a gift. You started that, Brenden. You said today's a gift. So give me some last comments on the gift, brother.
I think you're the gift, Vinney. I feel for all of us, you're the inspiration to say, my God, if you're playing this hard at 71, even Tony Robbins, I was watching him the other day and he's getting a little tired at 63. So I think that's really the gift of energy that you shared with all of us today that I need to really bring back into my life so I can keep showing up the way you do. So thanks for the way you show up in the world.
I love you, brother. I love you. And guys, see you next time. Take care.